I normally don't talk about domestic violence. I normally talk about addiction and incarceration. So you guys probably don't know, I was once Hawaii's most wanted. I was arrested 44 times. I was convicted for about 12 or 15 out of those 44 charges. So basically, to society, I'm known as a career criminal, a menace to society. I was an ICE addict for 15 years. I started at the age of 14. So I'm 32 today, and I've been clean about 3 years now, a little over 3 years. And that's probably my greatest accomplishment in my entire life. Like I said, I started at 14. I basically started out of curiosity. Who's 14 here? Okay, so basically I'm putting myself in your shoes right now. This is the age where I made the worst decision of my life. It was during a Waianae High School graduation night. I was with a bunch of friends, and one of my classmates, I ended up jumping in a car with him and a guy. The guy was in his 30s, mind you, at that time he was older than my dad. You know, so this guy is like, I'm looking at this guy as if he's like the same age or older than my own dad. So just imagine it's in your own head, okay? So I got into the car, we went through a Taco Bell drive-thru, and I seen these guys pull a gun on someone. They pulled a gun on someone, they robbed them in the drive-thru, and immediately I was like, wow, these guys are cool because they're tough, right? They're doing like some kind of tough thing. So I want to be like them, I want to be cool. You know, so now I looked up to them, and for the wrong reasons, you know, I wanted to be like them. So later on that night, we were all in the car, and I seen them smoking something, passing a pipe back and forth. And I was looking at, you know, I was in the back seat watching all the clouds. I'm like, wow, what are you guys smoking? Because now I want to be like them, remember? So I'm asking them, what are you guys smoking? And they're like, never mind. Like they never wanted to let me try. I'm like, come on, I want to try. Mind you, it was just all my curiosity. It wasn't for any reason. It was just me being curious. I ended up trying this drug for the first time in my life at the age of 14. And man, I mean, to explain the feeling of the drug, it was like, I can't even describe it. You know, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't swallow water, couldn't do anything. I was so high. And they ended up taking me up the valley. So there's a big abandoned bus on the property. There's a shack right behind the bus where apparently he had his baby's mom and his 2 sons living in the shack. His 2 sons were little. He took me to the shack, and then about an hour later, so we're all smoking drugs, right? An hour later, my classmate says, oh, I'm gonna run down to the store, I'll come back. My classmate never come back. He never came back. This guy held me hostage on this bus for 12 days. I was raped, drugged, beat, and the only time I could leave was to shower outside on a hose. He had a water hose set up on top of a fence, and I had to shower there in front of him. So I ate that shit. I ate it and I kept it a secret, and you know what? That was probably one of the worst decisions I made, because from that moment on, for the next 15 years of my life, I remained addicted. I could not quit. I could not quit even if I wanted to. I tried, it was miserable. It was miserable. I went through so many dark experiences, you know. I got into a relationship. Mind you, now I got into a relationship with an older guy. You know, this guy always carries guns, you know. So this guy ended up starting to beat me all the time. And now our drugs is the base of our relationship. There's drugs involved, right? We both do ice. So everywhere I would go, he would take me with him. And then people would talk to me, he'd beat me in front of everyone. You know, he's a gambler. So he took me to all of these different gambling houses, gambling spots, you know, and every time someone would try and conversate with me, he'd start beating me up, you know. Next thing you know, whenever he would go to work, he'd lock me in his room from the outside. He has a deadbolt lock. His room has no windows, just a bathroom, no windows. And he would tell his nephews, 2 nephews, feed her under the door. So when I would wake up, lunchtime would come, they would slip a plate with 2 breads, 1 peanut butter, 1 jelly on one side, and they'd slide it so it could fit just under the door. And I just remember begging them, please let me out, I just want to go home. And they're like, no, he's going to kill us if we open the door. I finally got rid of that part of my life when he went to prison. And that was like, it was a big relief, because I was like, oh, thank God. You know, it was over for me. It was finally over. Now, mind you, I'm a full-blown ice addict when this is happening. So my lifestyle, it doesn't change. I keep ending up in relationships with people who put their hands on me, in relationships that are drug-based, in relationships where there's abuse. So the cycle of the type of people that I was getting into relationships with it was all toxic. I can't name not one good relationship I had in that 15 years that was healthy. A lot of them were, all of them were just drug based. And so anyways, one of my boyfriends ended up getting stabbed to death. He died. The next one got shot in the face, lost his eye. Another boyfriend went to prison for life, murder, one for attempted murder. And I'm sharing this because I want you to see the type of people I chose, the type of partners I chose. Choosing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. I finally got to that point where I was just sick and tired of being surrounded by these people that could give a fuck about me. Not one of them could care less if I got hit by a bus. They were not my friends because they genuinely cared about me. They were my friends because either I was somebody to get high with, I was somebody that we could, get drugs together, somebody that they wanted. It was always for a motive, always for a reason, never because they cared. So I'm sitting here and missing my family functions and I'm missing hanging out with my family and the people who love me to hang out with these people. Every day I was getting more and more sick of it. Finally, my youngest brother, he ended up going to a rave. He was 2 weeks before his 21st birthday. He went to a rave and someone gave him an ecstasy pill. And he was drinking alcohol and it stopped his heart and my brother died. So when that happened, I started thinking of selling drugs and all of that. I thought of it differently. Seeing the darkness that it caused my family. Seeing how much pain it caused by someone losing their child. It made me realize I do not want to fucking touch this shit no more. I do not want nothing to do with this shit. I'll be down if I'll be the one to give you something that will stop your heart. So immediately it changed and opened my eyes. I said, I don't want to have no more part of this. Not to make money, not to get high, not for nothing. I wanted nothing to do with it. And that's when I said, enough is enough, I'm done. I went in my house, I grabbed all my pipes, I grabbed everything that reminded me of my addiction and I smashed it. I remember being barefoot, throwing the glass on the ground and just smashing it. Blood all on my foot, glass all on my feet because I was just so fucking sick of it. And it took me 15 years, but it's the greatest accomplishment of my entire life. After about a year, I said, you know what, I'm gonna change everything. I'm gonna change the way I live. I'm gonna change the way I eat. I'm gonna change so mind you, when I got sober, I had to leave all my old friends behind, right? All the fake friends. And at first I was alone. I remember dealing with always being alone, like, oh, I don't got nobody. But you know what? One promise is this: when you close your doors on old shit and bad shit, God will open new doors. God will open new doors and give you new friends. And God promised me to give me new friends, and He did. That loneliness only lasted for a certain amount of time, but I had to endure that in order to get over what was killing me. And people would still come to my house and be like, TERANN, and I would tell them, I don't use no more. Stop coming. Stop coming. And then after a couple weeks, they come back and I say, what did I just tell you? Last week, they're like, oh, we was thinking maybe you probably started smoking again. And I'm like, nah, I'm still clean. Like, get the fuck out of here, and after I let it go, I just blossomed. I just started blossoming. Opportunities started coming, and I realized that I'm exactly where God wants me to be. Because He keeps giving me opportunities, And I've been in situations where I should have died. I should have, I survived for a reason, and I believe it's to reach you guys. It's to reach out to people like you, to kids from everywhere, My goal is to one day speak in a stadium, share my story to hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. Like, that's my goal. I want to reach, if I had to just make one wish, it wouldn't be to live my life over. It wouldn't be to make different choices. Because you know what, if I did, what story would I have to tell you? If I was living some perfect life and went to college and didn't do all these bad things and I didn't live it, then who would you guys listen to? So that's why I'm here. So I can talk to you and just be like, this is real life shit, So I don't regret nothing that I've been through. I don't use it as a crutch to keep me crippled. I don't let that shit define me either. Yeah, I got raped. Yeah, I got beat. Yeah, I was a drug addict. Yeah, I was in prison. But look at me now. That ain't me. I ain't letting it cripple me. So what I encourage you guys is find out what your dreams are. What is your passion? Find out how can you be the best at that. Perfect your craft and just go with it. Make your dreams come true. Find your dream and just chase it. Take my life as a mistake and a lesson and learn from my life. Talk about that. Live your dreams. Be somebody. Find your passion and just be it. Live it. Be the best at it and just be somebody.